Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to episode 80 of the Casual Weebs podcast. Yes, we missed last week. That is my bad. I got very sick and I just could not edit it. I also tried editing it and I'm like, I sound like an idiot because I at that point had bad brain fog. You know what I mean? So last week's ep was a mess, so it wasn't posted. But what a week to come back on. I mean, the fall season has started, and we have some gems. We have some fun anime that we've gotten into that I've absolutely been loving. Also, Cleavage Test, I have finally started to get into that. I'm not gonna lie, it's a banger. See, this is the season where it might not have a ton, it definitely has a lot, but it's great to go back to the summer season, watch what you missed, and even find some old school, just absolute banger of a sleeper anime. It's a great time. So there's always a lot of anime to enjoy, so no worries. We got you covered if you guys are looking for stuff. But big shout out to RN Jedi. I shouted them out in the last week's episode, but since it wasn't posted, we got to do it again because they comment on a lot of our videos. They are awesome to hear from. Give a lot of great comments and perspectives on a lot of the things we talk about. And last week, or 2 weeks ago, the last episode, they, dropped the link. They gave us the sauce. They gave us a ship to travel the 7 seas on and, go treasure hunting. So, of course, we always appreciate that, especially when it's to read Gachiakuta, which we're going to be talking about this week. Holy fuck. Amu's backstory. Bet a lot of people feel like shit, huh? Bet a lot of people feel bad for talking shit on Amu. She's the GOAT. She's a fan favorite, and there's a reason why. It's something we're going to get into. But first, before we get into Tougen, Anki, Gachiakuta, let's get into some of the new animes that came out. I know you haven't seen it yet, but to all of you who have seen To Your Eternity, goddamn, it's the new season fire. So good.
It's immediately to the top of my list. And it's funny because if you watch the podcast, I've said that 2 million times, oh yeah, that's on the list or that's at the top of the list. But until I think it's season 3, right?
Yep.
Starts popping off. It's I got some work to do. So I got to grind through that because there's something fun about watching it week to week. You get that anticipation, and we all love the binge, you know what I mean? But that's easy sometimes. And yeah, I would like to catch up and get locked in for this season.
I mean, it's so cool too. I think it's a great anime to watch week to week because there also is a lot of suspense that gets built up, and also it's just I don't know, it's so enjoyable. You get so hooked into it, and it's modern time now that he's in, so it's very very cool. So far, season 3 started out with a banger of a first episode. But let's talk about. May I ask for one final thing? Something I talked about in the preview to this season. God, what amazing! A villain in this anime. She's an adult and a fucking badass. Episode 1 was her bashing in the royal's head. It was awesome. It was just her beating the fuck out of people.
Yo, and the build up to that first punch, which is in the opening, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Animated very well. Good stance. She's coming in with the punch, different angles. I thought that was super well done. They do her backstory good, and immediately it's easy to empathize with her. And I love I love how the dickhead prince's name is Kyle. Just
Perfect.
no offense to any Kyles out there, but you know the memes. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
This Kyle dude is just such a prick. You got the charming, handsome older brother Julius, and then Kyle, and of course she's forced to engage with or be engaged to Kyle, but he's such a prick to her, and it's so easy to empathize with her, and all the time she has to hold back in the first episode from literally beating this dude's brains in. It's yeah, she's badass. I definitely rock with her.
If you guys haven't heard of it or don't know anything about it, I highly recommend you watch it. It's a villainous anime. She kind of grows up with this childhood best friend that she really doesn't like. He's an asshole to her, kind of picks on her, pulls her hair, is mean to her. She's the king's son, the prince, so of course she can't retaliate, but she likes to retaliate. She's the kind of girl that will beat the absolute brakes out of somebody, and is usually found as a child covered in blood, but she kicked the shit out of someone, but for good reason. That is important. But she ends up making a deal, their families make a deal, and they have to be engaged. She has to deal with a lot of his abuse, and then one day in front of everybody, and this whole ceremony, this event, he pretty much says, hey, I'm gonna do with somebody else, and made up a bunch of rumors that she bullied the other girl, and she's like, I've never met this chick. What are you talking about that I bullied her? And tried to, tarnish her name. So she's like, fuck it. You guys are pissing me off. And she kicked the shit out of literally all of them. It was so fucking funny and awesome. And, she has bad language. I don't know. It's, her cursing also, I feel just makes it. It's so funny. She's like, they pissed me off, so I kicked the shit out of them. It's so good. And it seems like it's actually, really good because it gets more into, alright, she kicked the shit out of him. They're not engaged anymore. It's obviously broken off. And now she's kind of working with the older brother, and it seems like the plot is going to be very interesting. We're kind of getting a little bit into, the gods and the magic and the blessings that only some people can get, and if you know what blessing you have, then you're able to use those powers, and hers is, time. It seems very, very cool, because I was kind of wondering, alright, you asked for that one final thing, to punch the shit out of the new fiancé, you beat the hell out of him, too, and everybody else, well, now what? And it seems like it has a really good plot and story, moving forward, which I'm very, very excited about. The art and animation is awesome, and she's one of the best MCs out there. She's so fucking cool. and badass. I highly recommend you check it out.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. I saw it actually make waves through like social media and stuff. Like, oh, this is kind of like taking the fall season by storm.
Hmm.
You're exactly right. Amazing MC. Like, she's really cool. And yeah, like in that first like 5 to 10 minute conversation, she immediately, like, for very valid reasons, crashes out and she's like, yeah, how about I punch this snot-nosed bitch in the face? And everyone's like, oh my God, what? She just loads up and it's like, yo, she's amazing.
Hmm.
Very valid crash out. And you're right, like she does say, like, ever since I was a little girl, like I always loved beating the shit out of people and like, just rumbling. Like she was just like that kind of kid.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they're like pictures of like this cute little girl covered in like blood splatter and stuff. Like I think they set her up really well and like she never started it. She's not like a problem
Yeah,
or like
she's the
overly
solution.
aggressive. She's the solution. Well put, but like really easy MC to
Mm,
get behind. I think the dynamic between Julius and Scarlet, like the older brother Julius,
yes.
I think will be really cool and kind of sets up for a good story. And like I feel like this sets it apart from other villainous animes in the sense that like she's not necessarily villainous. She just has like a shitty family and shitty environment around her.
Hmm.
She is honestly one of the better people. But yeah, it'll be cool to see her kind of like take on this world and how that plot plays out.
What I love too is that Kyle, like the old fiance, the prince, such an evil, annoying, obnoxious douchebag. His older brother, also a douchebag, but like a charming douchebag. You know what I mean?
Perfectly put,
Which
dude.
is like
Yeah.
a very cool dynamic because like he's such like a dick sometimes, but like you like him. You know what I mean? He's definitely way better than Kyle, like fucking Kyle. But like he still has his quirks somewhere. It's like, God, you weren't the best either. You know what I mean?
Dude, so true. And like the subtle humor in this show, like the first time she meets Julius, it's like, you got like the sparkles and like the colors behind her, and he's like, I found something much more interesting than a book. And she's like looking at him, and then it just gets black, and she's like, ugh, gross. It's so funny. Like, yeah, because he's kind of like annoying too, in a sense,
Yeah.
but really good dynamic, like both of them. And honestly, just hearing us like talk about Kyle as like an anime character cracks me up. So good.
Bro, it's gonna be so fun bashing on Kyle all season long.
Cannot wait, dude. We are locked in on Kyle.
Bro, he is going to be everyone's enemy. Also, by the way, the opening was also awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, ooh,
Yes.
very nice. But also, another great anime that dropped. It is called My Status as an Assassin. Obviously exceeds the heroes. Now, this is an anime that most people probably would not like because it is done over and over and over again. It's the whole class got what? Fucking isekai'd. Bro, still sick. All right, I'm sorry. It's rough out
You
here.
are sick,
You
bro.
gotta imagine how bad it was last week. That's why I wasn't posted. But it's one of those isekais where the entire class gets isekai'd, and the king's like, "Oh my god, we need the hero," and the class kind of one person becomes the hero, and then the loser MC becomes like this thrown away character that ends up being super fucking OP. It's usually done pretty bad. The animation usually sucks. I remember there's an anime like this like a couple of seasons ago that we tried watching. Ended up dropping. I forget the name of it, but it's because the animation was rough. This one seems
Yeah.
really, really good because one, the art and animation is really good. It seems awesome. Two, I actually think the trope's pretty cool, and I'm not really into it. I don't like binge isekais. I like them. I like the good ones, but I'm not just looking for isekais to watch. I just look for like the best of the best or like some interesting, unique ones. So I haven't like watched this like niche of it over and over again. So I'm not burnt out to it. If you watch a lot of them, that's fine. You're probably gonna get annoyed because it's the same thing over and over and over again. This one just seems like it's a little bit better quality, which is why I'm glad I found and started it. And it just seems really cool because I like the dynamic of the class. Because the one a couple of seasons ago, the class were a bunch of assholes. They were the popular kids, super douchebags. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And like the loser kid was like kind of like weird. Like he might have killed somebody in his past life. Like it was really strange. This guy actually seems pretty cool, and his class seems very nice as well. They seem to like try to like include him and stuff. It's just like kind of understand. You just kind of want to be on your own. He ends up becoming an assassin. He actually works with the class. It's not like he's casted out. He's actually hidden, which I think's cool. I really like the dynamic again between him and his class. I think he's a really cool character, and I love the guard. I love how the guard was able to see him, being incognito and shit, and also was like planning a coup. I'm like, dude, the whole thing seems like it's very well done. So if you haven't like tried out one of this type of like this niche isekai or whatever, you got to try it out. This one's like pretty solid. It has a lot going for it.
Dude, perfectly put. I really enjoyed it. I think they get it, like there's a quick training arc, he's doing push-ups with slabs on his back.
Yeah.
Like they get a lot of the tropes out quickly. The class is like quite literally randomly abducted and isekai'd into this world. And like they get all the like common stuff out of the way pretty quick. And like, yeah, like it's maybe overdone or like if you watch a lot of it, I could
Yeah.
see you getting bored, but like they get through that stuff really quick and like you get some really good fight scenes, animation. Like the colors are cool. Like when he's in his like concealed assassin mode,
Yeah.
you have that like purple outline. Like it's done well. It's like visually appealing. It's like I was kind of like surprised, even though there's like these common tropes. Common can be good if you do it well, and I felt like they did it very well and made episode one like deep with a couple plot points. Like you talked about the guard training him and like setting up for this coup, and like I don't know, the writing and like dialogue is still pretty good. He's like, yeah, I knew you would sneak into the archives every night because you were told not to.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you found my book, so like I wasn't really worried about it. Like stuff like that, it's like a little more believable than just some random isekai story. So yeah, definitely something I really enjoyed for one episode. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully it keeps with this like plot and like trajectory and pace because I thought episode one was paced really well. And another good point is like the class, yeah, isn't against him. That isekai we watched maybe like 2 or 3 seasons ago was
Yeah.
like a super weak, cringy MC versus like getting revenge on his class for outcasting him. It's kind of the opposite. Like he basically saves the hero, and it's like, oh wow, Akira's, kind of the man, which I think makes for a better dynamic in the story than just like a revenge plot.
Well, what's really cool is that, like, you even said it, like, common isn't necessarily bad. The thing is when something's done a lot, it's usually done shittily a lot. You know what I mean? It's usually like very copy and paste, cookie cutter,
Yeah,
and kind of annoying. So if you're able to take something that's like kind of reused again, and you're able to like do it well, it really stands out. Because there's a lot of it that like there's a lot of like other reference material that just isn't as good. So it kind of makes it shine a bit brighter. But what's really cool is that you see a lot of like conflict that's about to come up because one, the guard seems a little fishy. He took the kid under his wing. He's like, "Oh yeah, like I'll help you, I'll train you. Oh yeah, you found my book that I let you go into the archive, to kind of find. Oh, I'm planning a coup. Yeah, you're kind of at the center of it. I have high expectations for you." Kind of seems like he's gonna backstab him. I don't really fully trust him. And same thing with the class. The class president, great guy. It seems like he tries to include him and stuff. But one thing that we saw a sneak peek of in episode one is that he like puts a lot of weight on his shoulders. He has like huge expectations of himself, and he kind of got cursed where like he really started to freak out. He's like, "Oh my god, like I can't take this. Like I'm supposed to save you guys. Who's gonna save you guys?" He's like, "Yeah, man, like we're training. Like we got this." He's like, "But it's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be the hero." It seems like that could turn them against each other, where he's like, "Hey, I'm supposed to be the hero. Why are you strong? Let me protect you." And then it kind of creates that rift. So there's a lot of like potential upcoming conflicts and like twists and plot points that we're about to see.
yeah, and I think that sets up like another isekai anime very, very
Mm-hmm.
well. Like it makes it exciting to like tune into these next couple weeks. Always try to give it like 3, 4 weeks, you know what I mean, with a new anime. But I'm excited. I think yeah, there's plenty of like potential there and like plot lines you could like flesh out.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually not like just 12 episode like one season stories. So like it could set it up for like a decently sized and paced anime. So I'm rocking with it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be sick. Something I'm also very excited for, and I've been absolutely loving is Gachiakuta. God damn, we have the Amo backstory. We gotta get into it. It's absolutely insane. Dude, I think it's something that like very few people expected, and they kind of came at Amo and they're like, "Why is she dressed weird?" It's like because no one's raised her. You know what I mean? She was abused and then abandoned. She's wearing the same clothes she wore when she was like 8 years old. You know what I mean? So it kind of explains a lot. And what's crazy is that they kind of like primed us in a way because you already felt bad for Amo after Rudo crashed out and beat the brakes off her. You already kind of felt like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like Amo did some fucked up shit, but like she didn't deserve that. And then you're just ready for the main course that is her backstory, and you're like, yeah, fuck, I feel like dog shit. Awesome. How dare any of us even feel an ounce of hatred for her, bro? Crushing.
Dude, and you had brought it up weeks and weeks ago, like when we really got into the manga and reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's either gonna be a fan favorite or like everybody's gonna hate her. And it ended up being like, yeah, everybody hates her at first because
Yep.
she's kind of a psycho and basically forces the cleaners to fight each other for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then you get her backstory and it's like, wow, no wonder she's fucked up. This is terrible. It's very like akin to Denji. Like Denji's stupid and incredibly emotionally unintelligent because nobody really raised him and like he didn't have a proper figure to like show him the right way to act and like be almost literally the same way. Like, and I thought the animation, how it was like, kind of like pencil and like crayon drawings of like her mom selling her and her mom having like that black face. So good. I feel like that hit really, really well.
Whenever they do that, it absolutely hits. Like, for any of you who've seen Arcane, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a scene that's animated kind of just like that. Absolutely crushing. Still feeling the pain from it. It's incredible, season 2. But also, we saw that too in Blue Lock when the two brothers went against each other. Whenever you do animation like that to kind of like highlight that important moment, it just hits different. It's insane. They did a great job with it, and it's insane just how similar Rudo and Amo are. like holy fuck, with like their backstories and how troubled they were, and like the darkness inside them. You know what I mean? And how the Watchmen series kind of like makes them whole in a way.
Yeah, and that's like a really big plot point too. Like they're starting to kind of like give you tips and like, like foreshadowing how important the Watchmen series is. That's like a really big part of Rudo's like still unexplained, darkness inside of
Mm-hmm.
him. So that was kind of cool to get that point, but also like, yeah, Amo kind of gets it more than I think she let on the last couple episodes. Like she said, like once I put these boots on, like I understood what the old dude was doing to me and kind of like my mom sold me and kind of like all these things I wish I didn't understand, but it fills like a void in you. And that's literally exactly what Rudo's doing. And he's mentioned it a bunch of times just recently to Engine. Like he still hasn't really changed that much, even though he feels like he has or he's been through all these events.
And what's crazy is that it's kind of like, is that like a requirement for the Watchmen series? Because both Amo and Rudo were like attached to these like pieces, right? And they both have like that missing void in them that piece filled. It's kind of like, is that a requirement for owning it? Because even the old dude was like, hey, how are the boots responding to you? They're mine. They're only supposed to have one owner. So I think that like,
True.
I generally don't know it from the manga. I'm really interested to see if there's that common thread between the Watchmen series owners moving forward. If there's something like underlying like commonality between like all of that, because like that could be like really interesting. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be something that we hopefully get into. I'm not too sure, but I always just thought that was pretty insane. You can see how like they become like friends. You know what I mean? Like Roto even kind of said like, how about we like reach our hands out for like good instead of like hurting people. And even she said, she's like, you're already doing it. It's like, yeah, our boy Roto's growing, man.
Yeah, and like we also got some like big. I think it's easy to miss that stuff and focus on like the backstory and the emotional stuff. But like we find out that the angel, with the wings that's like literally flying back and forth between the sphere, like came and visited Amo and gave her the boots, but then was like, "We'll come and take these back when the time is right."
Mm-hmm.
Very important plot point, and like that's the first time Rudo realizes like, all right, this dude is not only capable of going to the sphere, but he's here on the ground. Like either he's looking for me but regardless, he's still here. So that's like a very and like Gachiakuta is like pretty quick with like some of the big foreshadowing, which if you read the manga, but like very well done. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh shit, like cool ability, like they're flying. We haven't seen anything remotely close to that yet with any vital instruments. But then, yeah, at the very, very end, you see our boy Jabber getting back in the mix. Very crazy end to that episode.
Well, here's the thing I gotta say. I am very, very, very excited for next episode for two reasons. First of all, it's going to be the second core, which means we're gonna be getting the new opening. I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do with that.
Mori, dude, it's Mori.
Calliope?
Yes.
Really?
She's like super good friends with Kei Urana.
No
Like in real life.
shit. So I don't know this
Yeah.
song at all. I don't know what the opening looks like. I'm excited for it. That's actually dope. That's insane. She also did Suicide Squad, right? The anime.
Yeah, and I thought because I knew they were like good friends from being like a fan of both of them, like in real life. So I was like, oh, surely she'll do like the intro to the anime. And I was like, oh fuck, Pale Dusk. Oh my god, that's so sick. So it's like a super weeb getting like a Hololive and like a sick Japanese metalcore band to do like the two intros. Just beautiful.
It's
Keirana is the goat.
it's gonna be amazing, but we're also gonna be getting kind of like spoilers, so be careful because of course whenever any opening comes out, you kind of get spoilers what happens like in the middle of that season. But I'm really excited to see the sneak peek that we're gonna get at the beginning of next episode. It's gonna be awesome. But also, I said it like several podcast episodes ago. Whenever we see a raider at the end of the episode with some fucking mysterious, fucking cool one line, the next episode's gonna fucking hit. I mean,
Hell
we
yeah.
kind of finished the Amo arc. We kind of finished the first part of the season. Now we're getting into the Raiders more. We saw Jabber. We saw the Raiders leader. Like, after every single episode that we've had, when we had one of the Raiders at the end and they had that little line, next episode popped the fuck off. I cannot wait. Let me just tell you, it is straight gas from here on out. Like action wise, lore wise, like I cannot wait. It is so good, and again, I think it's gonna absolutely pop off next episode. I kind of forget like the little stuff, so I'm excited to really get into it and kind of get a little refresher, like some of the stuff that happens, because there's so many in Gachiakuta amazing little moments. You know what I mean? So I'm so fucking stoked for next episode. Sunday can't come fast enough,
Dude. And like this is the part, it's episode 13, so this is really when like this arc I think starts to blow up with the Raiders. And you're so right, dude. We got the leader at the end, a little cold one-liner. That's setting us up for success. But we also got to look at another piece of the Watchmen series, not just Rudo's gloves and the boots. Like again, that really quick, like subtle foreshadowing.
Yep.
Like if you've recognized that symbol, their leader also has it on the back of his jacket.
Hmm.
So I'm sure that'll come into play. And now we got like 3 pieces of that Watchmen series kind of like in the mix. So like obviously gloves, boots, and a coat seems like it's like an outfit or some kind of suit that like plays into the lore of this. So super cool. Um, I kind of feel like he's going to be OP. You know, as like the leader of the Raiders, he's got to be a badass. But I also love his design. You sent it to me a while ago, but like the purple and the gray, ooh, so tough.
Yeah, it's not really a spoiler because you guys got like sneak peeks, but like the Raider boss design is phenomenal. It is so good. I mean, we've talked about it. Like Gachiakuta has the best design characters. They are so fucking cool, every single one of them. This next part is gonna be amazing. I cannot wait. The Raiders are awesome. We've talked about that plenty, especially with Jabber, with the manhole cover. Like it's always so fucking chaotic and awesome whenever the Raiders get involved. It's gonna be a mess, and I cannot wait for it. But something that kind of like helped get me excited for Gachiakuta for like next week is because Tougen Anki. Tougen Anki started its second core this week. So we ended up getting the new opening, the new kind of arc kind of started off, and I gotta say this, first of all, the opening slapped. The animation, like the whole
Yes.
credits and everything, the music, it fucking was amazing. This was the first episode that I thought through and through was actually really good. Like this is the first part of Tougen Anki kind of converted me over to like, hey, I'm actually like enjoying this. Like I'm dead ass. I am actually looking forward to Togeneki this week. Like, I'm very excited. We're getting way deeper into this because bro, like, met the new villain. And we kind of talked about it, like, multiple times, how it's going to get kind of, like, philosophical, where, like, he's not really, like, against the Momotaro, you know what I mean? Like, his dad was one, and it's a gray area where, like, are we enemies? Are we not? And we're seeing that literally. I did not expect it to be this soon. I did not expect it to be, hey, he's gonna become best fucking friends with the new villain, and then they're gonna have to face off. So I am so excited, but it's gonna break my heart when they both realize that, like, oh shit, you're the guy I'm looking for. I'm not ready for it.
Such a good setup, and it's only episode 13, so it's still pretty fresh into this anime.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was like a perfect arc to kind of like elevate the story. Meets like a cop clearly lying, lies about his job. He's a Momotaro.
Yep.
And then, Shiki obviously lies about his name and his like occupation and stuff. But like they get along so well, and then they meet at, I think for like coffee or whatever
A
the
movie.
next day, and then yeah, a movie. They go out after the
Yeah.
movie, and then they're like, yeah, like some bros hanging out, hit the Demon Slayer movie, get some coffee after, and then he's like, "What would you do if we ever had to fight?" And like, it's like, ah, fuck, not so subtle foreshadowing,
Yeah.
but they set that up really well, and like their dynamic is really cool. Um, I think it'll be a very gut wrenching kind of fight, but very very good setup, and the new opening, very very good. I like it a lot more than the first one.
I mean, here's the thing. I haven't read this manga. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm interested to see what exactly happens with this fight because they were kind of smiling because we saw little fragments of the fight in the opening. Like I said, openings have spoilers, which kind of sucks, but kind of gets you excited. Which is
Yeah,
the problem.
true.
They were like smiling. I'm like, is there something up with it? Because he even said, you're saying that foreshadows. He even said, he's like, I wouldn't kill you. I'd kill the person who's making you do it. You know what I mean? He's like, I wouldn't kill the friend I'm gonna go against. I'd kill the person who's in charge. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just kill random people. So it's kind of like, are they gonna fight for real? Because I feel like these two guys who kind of meet each other instantly hit it off. They have so much in common. They're like best fucking friends. I can't imagine they realize each other's true identities, start fighting, and they love the fight. I feel like there's gonna be something more to it. I feel like it's gonna be like more kind of like playful, competitive. I guess. I don't think that they're gonna kill each other. I just can't see it. And if they do, oh my god, I can't. I'm not ready for that. It's gonna be heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think Mikado's. I just had to look up his name because I forgot, but he'll definitely be an important figure in this arc. Mikado
Obviously.
is definitely, yeah, the fucking opening spoils it for you, but yeah, really good like relationship, like dynamic with him and Shiki. But we also got introduced to like a bunch of other like higher level, like Mudano level,
Mm,
like Oni. You got like different, and this is kind of where they introduced like that, like these divisions. You know what I mean? Like the Intel division and like kind of like catering to our main cast's like skills,
yeah.
which I think is really cool because it's not just like a team seven situation where they're all like super gifted. Like they all kind of have one ability and like cater to it in this organization. I think like as the story goes on, it does kind of like it's like kind of important, not terribly important, but I think it makes the story better. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, it was cool to see them set up basically right away, like our arcs antagonists and kind of like that friendship dynamic that they're gonna have.
Yeah, like the deeper aspect of it where it's not going to be so cut and dry. You know what I mean? It's actually going to be kind of like it's gonna be a lot of gray area. It's gonna be an absolute mess. You know, who's really friends, who's really foe, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot of good moments between them before they end up duking it out. You know, of course, you gotta have money on Cheeky. He is the MC. You know, I got him going the distance. You know, I'm gonna put a couple bucks on that. But I guess we kind of got to talk about it. There was a certain scene.
Let's bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up, brother.
Okay, listen. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I was completely shocked. I was like, no fucking way. And then it happened, and I'm like, all right, I guess this is what we're doing. But they made it make sense because she said something really like important after she like lifted her shirt and showed her boobies. She's like he says like why would you do that? And it's when he was like leaving, she was kind of like mumbling to herself. She's like, why? Like, enjoy every little bit of life, kid. Like, you're a kid of Kishin. Like, you're not gonna live long. And it kind of made sense why she like really didn't care, because she kind of pitied him. You know what I mean? Like, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Like, it's on you to protect the Oni's like lineage and bloodline. Like, we go extinct if you don't succeed. And because of that, you're probably not going to be around. Because they even said the children of Kishin only show up when the Momotaro are about to win. Well, what happens when the Oni, make it back and get their strength back? The children of Kishin probably don't last long or they're long, or the Oni would have taken over. Because they're OP, and that's what the Momotaro we're talking about. Like, it's bullshit. Every time we're about to win, you guys get these fucking OP Oni that are able to, like, bring you back and kind of make balance in the war again. Well, it kind of seems like, well, then they'd go. So it kind of, in a way, might foreshadow, Shiki's death. And I don't know, because, the manga's still going on. We haven't obviously gotten to that part yet. But is this whole thing going to end with him dying?
Very good point. They've alluded to that at least like twice now, maybe 3 times. And when I read this in the manga, it was just like, we had talked about it, like, is every chick, super busty? Like, is that just the author's like play style? And then like the manga's way more graphic. And I was just like, oh, I got to that page and it was like, oh, yes, he is, like, or she is. Like, but it's not just like straight random fan service. Like, and like they bring this up all the fucking time with the gooner ass kid with the glasses who's always jerking off in the fucking in his room with the sensei, like the guy with the eyebrow piercing, I forget his name too.
Yeah.
Or like they're always talking about chicks, and then when like something serious gets brought up, they're like, you're supposed to wait till you're 21, or like wait till you're married. Like, oh, that's crazy talk. And like, yeah, this chick's just like, you don't have long to live. Like, oh, you keep staring. Like, yeah, here you go. He's just like, I think I have to go now. Like, she was doing it, yeah, from a standpoint that like you're not gonna live long, so like you might as well have fun and like try a couple things out. And like she just walks around like head bobbing all day, like eyes all wide. I thought that was super funny because they do that. And like he walks around for half the chapter like that, like completely out of it. I like that they kind of added that in the anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like a heavy foreshadowing. I think the second, maybe third time they've been like, yeah, children of Kishin don't live long. Like, kind of enjoy your life and do what you want because you don't have that long.
And here's the thing too, we brought up the Tougen Anki. It's a combination, it's a Frankenstein of a bunch of older animes. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about like Naruto. There's a ton of references with like the bell drill and stuff like that. This one reminded me of Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know if you remember, but what's her face calls out Ken, and it's kind of like, hey, like, you virgin? He's like, what? Like, what the fuck? Why'd you say it? She's like, I can help with that. Oh. And he's like, same fucking scene. Because she even says it. She's like, what? Like, you haven't seen boobs before? Like, you virgin? Like, I can help with that too. And he's like, I gotta go. I'm like, bro, another like parallel to another goated fucking anime. I'm gonna say, like, again, out there scene, weird scene. They made it justifiable because it's like, hey, he's gonna die, and that's like a kind of like a lore bomb that we think is kind of like foreshadowed. But another reference to another outstanding fucking anime, and it's one of those things where like if you're like a huge like fan of anime, whenever you've watched a lot of these and they're a lot of your favorites and you just have that special bond to them, my fucking phone background's Kankaneki. It's been that way for years. Seeing that little reference, I was just kind of like, you know what, yeah, fuck yeah, I love Tougen Anki, you know what I mean? Like, you keep adding these little references in, I'm gonna love them, It just reminds you of, like, all the stuff you love.
Dude, and that's kind of why I love Tougen Anki. Like, the story's cool and the characters are cool enough. Like, I like the blood release being their techniques and it's not super overpowered. But you're so right. Like, when you get attached to, like, these legendary animes and then you see, like, a premiere kind of, like, pull from them in a unique way. It's not just like a straight rip, but like it works. You're like, that shit is cool. Like, I've been watching for a while. Like, you love to see it come around. Togenaki does that very, very well.
I mean, other than that, though, I think it was a great episode. The cliffhanger at the end too, I think was awesome. The whole he gets a call. Well, his buddy gets a call, and he's like, "All right, I gotta go." And then he gets one from the theater, and it's like, "Hey, there's been an accident. Like, let's go." I'm like, bro, like, what a fucking cliffhanger. Way to just absolutely hook me for next week. Like I said, this episode from start to finish was awesome. The new opening, fire, absolutely love it. The depth in this episode, incredible. Yeah, you had some of the weird Togeneki stuff, but it was like justifiable this time. And then you just wrap it up. You know what I mean? With the cliffhanger of just like, yeah, shit's about to go down. You know what happened, the mystery, the intrigue. I'm like, all right, Togeneki, you fucking drop the rest of your season episodes like this. You're actually like a really good anime. Like if they keep doing shit like this, I completely fuck with Togeneki. I think they did a phenomenal job.
It was definitely like a next step or like a step forward for like the writing and like the plot being a little deeper than just like surface level shonen.
Yeah.
Not to say the first like arc wasn't good, but it wasn't very deep in my opinion. This I think sets up a little bit deeper, and as a manga reader, like there's a lot of these points that come into play later. So I think if you enjoy this, the rest of the series will be, really satisfying for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I genuinely can't wait. Like I said, like this is like one of the first episodes where I was like, dude, I actually like need the next episode now. Like, it is sick. I'm also excited. You brought it up in the preview for the fall season. Wand Dance, that's apparently coming out this week too. Very excited for that. I keep seeing a ton of hype on like TikTok and stuff. Dude, it's apparently going to be really good. I cannot wait for that one as well. You know, a little dancing sports anime. Like, all right, I fuck with it. Romance, I'm all for.
Dude, fresh. And I feel like fall has kind of, and summer too,
Mm-hmm.
not to take away from summer, a lot of like different kind of themes, and like I feel like people are trying to hit like different nuances. Wand Dance falls into that category like at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be really exciting. Little dancing, little romance, like you said. I feel like that sets up to be something pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's done well, animated good, I think that'll be a home run.
But like,
Looking forward to that for sure.
Dude, it was a great call by you. I actually never heard of it until you brought it up. Another just absolute snipe by you. You've had at least one or two every single season, so I have full fucking faith in this. Let's be a reminder. This is the guy that told me to read the Gachiakuta manga before it even announced the anime. So like you were on that shit fucking early. But another romance that I'm excited for to finally talk about. I actually stopped it. I stopped it so we would be on the same page. Fragrant Flowers.
What a homie.
Bro,
What a homie.
Dude, I cannot wait to start talking about it. It's actually really good, and I actually looked on Netflix because I'm like, all right, because you even said, like, dude, 6 episodes dropped already. The 6th episode is, like, pretty fucking good. It's when it really starts to kind of get into it, really starts to talk about the other side characters. I think I'm on, like, episode 8 is when I kind of, like, stopped, I think. Or is it, like, 7? I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. We gotta eventually, talk about it when you do get caught up, or even the episodes you've watched, we can just talk about them as well. That is a phenomenal fucking romance anime. The characters are to die for. The story is amazing. Rintaro's mom is the, best girl. And not even because, it's Rintaro's mom. But, like,
Well,
you
yeah.
kind of get into her backstory as well, and it kind of just fucking hits you in the heart, bro. It fucking just knocks you on your ass. You're like, damn, this is a fucking good anime. This is good. So I cannot wait to get into it. I think you're gonna absolutely love it. And if you guys haven't started watching it, highly recommend it. It's on Netflix finally. 6 episodes are out. I think it's going to be a 12 episode season. I'm hoping it's 24.
Let's go.
Most likely 12. I also heard that the dub is shit. I heard like a brief little preview of it and it didn't sound good. But I think on Netflix, on like worldwide, you can still just watch it subbed as well. So I'll let you, make your opinions on that. You might actually like the dub. I think that the sub was just done really well. So when I heard the dub, it just sounded a little weird. Whatever you prefer, it's best. I actually prefer dub. Not gonna lie, the Assassin anime, and I believe the May I Ask One Last Thing both come out with the dub at the same exact time. I'm watching them both dubbed. So let me know if you are watching. Fragrant Flowers dubbed or subbed. I think subbed better, but you should definitely check it out. It is really, really good. It's wholesome as fuck, and it's gotta be romance anime of the year. It's gotta be. I don't know too many romance animes that are gonna compete with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I was shocked, dude. I'm like, oh, all right, finally it drops like, the fall season on Netflix for US or for the West or whatever. The fuck, 6 episodes? Like, damn, I guess I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna binge through that and get caught up. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. I was trying to like pirate it, but I was having trouble, or, sail the 7 seas, if you will. And like, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't find it, and like eventually that was the only thing that wouldn't work. Not that I pay for Crunchyroll. So it's not like I'm like doing that all the time, but couldn't get it. So I'm like, I figure I'll just wait. So was very excited to see the first 6 episodes kind of released. Like you said, that's kind of when it starts picking up. I think that'll be like a perfect perfect point to get people excited to like enjoy that second half of the season.
Yeah, and I cannot wait for you to get caught up and really kind of get into these episodes. They are really good. I cannot wait to start talking about them each and every week because we are definitely going to. But it also like breaks my
Let's
heart
go.
because I also found out that Sign of Affection is not getting a next season. That's another anime that was kind of similar to it, where it's kind of like a older-ish and like romance anime, but it's kind of like more like serious, more like focused on the actual romance. It's actually like has a bit more depth to it, and that's not getting another season. So if you guys do like romance animes, highly recommend Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Hopefully that will be getting another season. It absolutely deserves it. Of course, I've been leaked on a lot of the manga panels, and let me just say, shit gets fucking awesome. And like the next season or the season after, like it gets crazy. But I'm really excited about it. Yeah, hopefully Netflix fucking it up isn't going to hinder its success because again, in anime, it's kind of sketchy, kind of scary. You know, it's really easy for an anime to not get picked up for another season, even if it's fucking awesome. Like a lot of things need to align for it to like work.
Yeah, and like I mean, we've raved about Go Go Loser Rangers, but that's a Hulu exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're alienating a lot of your viewership. I feel like if you're not on Netflix and Crunchyroll, just because like that's the main platform, and that's like business aside, but yeah, like timing and everything has to be right. So hopefully, yeah, that doesn't kind of impact it because I'm super hyped about it. From what I know, it's an amazing romance. So like, yeah, hopefully it gets the love and like kind of credibility it deserves for how good the story is. Despite being like a Netflix exclusive, but I think we've seen enough between Netflix and even Hulu kind of like do pretty well despite being limited to one platform.
Well, funny you bring it up because I was very excited for a certain anime that was supposed to drop. Well, did drop. Sanda, bro, it's an Amazon Prime exclusive. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. So I'm not able to watch it. It could be good, could be bad. I'll never know. But what I do know is that Amazon Prime does not have a high success rate of good animes. But didn't Keanu Reeves have that one anime that people were like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And after like 3 weeks, it was like, nah, it's just shit. And no one watched it and it died out. And that was on Amazon Prime
I want to say
or HBO.
Ninja. They were both Hulu, I think.
Uh, Wait,
Like
Hulu,
Yeah, Ninja Kamui and oh my god, what the fuck is the name?
the one from
It's
last
like the
season.
yeah, the Cowboy Bebop style
Uh,
spring one.
the first one you brought up, that was an Amazon one. That I don't think that was a Hulu one, and that's the one I was talking about though.
I heard it fell off super hard. Like the
Mm-hmm.
animation took a dive and like the story got super random. But I didn't watch it, so I can't really say for sure. That's just like what I read
Yeah,
amongst the community.
that's what I say. Like that was an Amazon Prime one that wasn't as successful. Hopefully, Amazon Prime, if they do want to try to get in the ring, you gotta step it up, bro. We got fucking standards around here. I don't know who spread the rumor that anime fans don't have standards, but we do. We're fucking classy, okay? So if you're gonna
Facts,
animate
baby.
something, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good pacing, good art, good animation. But don't fuck with us, because you know what? We'll fucking pirate
Yeah,
it.
facts. And I think another thing too to like think about is like if you're gonna go off on one of these more isolated platforms in terms of anime, and like Hulu's gotten pretty mainstream with it. Like they have a lot of big stuff.
Yeah,
Bleach. I know episodes of Naruto are on there, etc. Like Prime is the example we're using. Like, all right, you're paying whatever 15 a month for Crunchyroll Premium, 25 a month for like the biggest Netflix subscription. All right, so like you're into $40 worth of subscriptions, and that's nothing else. That's not even like live TV or like people aren't going to spend like a bajillion dollars in like subscriptions just to watch like one show. And like Prime does have a really good list of like shows and stuff, not necessarily anime, but more like actual TV shows.
yeah.
So it's not to say Prime isn't good, but like if you're trying to get like your value for anime, Prime is definitely not the one. I like Invincible is really sick. It's kind of more like DC superhero stuff versus anime, but yeah, it's kind of tough to like justify paying whatever, another 15, $20 a month for like to watch one show when like you could just wait a couple months and like, you know, find it somewhere else, if you
Go
will.
sailing. Yeah.
Go sailing. Little parasailing for the boys.
But either way, guys, like I said, like we always say, anime is fucking cooking. And listen, like I said, there's a ton of stuff that is premiering this season that is honestly really good. There's a lot that we're going to be talking about. There's a lot that we aren't going to be talking about that I know a lot of people are enjoying and liking. There's a lot that carried over. Tougen Anki, Gachiakuta, Fragrant Flowers. There's a bunch. And then also there's so much from last season that like it's a great time to catch up on. Cleavitus, I started that. Fucking phenomenal. I'm about to go make some dinner. About to go cook a couple more episodes. I cannot wait to like just dive into
Oh
it.
yeah.
But I mean, Water Magician's another one from last season that was absolutely phenomenal. Like there's so many, so it's just like it's really easy to stay busy and just watch some grade A, al dente, the best anime you can find. So we hope you guys are staying busy. We hope you guys are enjoying. Let us know in the comments down below what has been your favorite episode 1 from the fall seasons. We've had some good ones, and we're about to have some other ones because not everything has premiered yet. But that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next week, and later. Peace.